Hi, I'm Mr. C, the teacher, and this is my classroom. Over the years, I've created hundreds of lessons in every subject area. That's tons of topics to teach. So grab your tools for school and join in with us. Or sit back and just watch. And let's go on a learning journey together. Because you're watching Lessons from the Classroom. Well, let's take a look at what the topic for today's episode is going to be about.
Oh, I caught a fish. I want a fish too. Hey guys, it's rather warm down here. I'm used to being in the Arctic.
Oh, hi guys. I guess you caught me playing with my toy bears. I've got grizzly bears, or brown bears as they're also known, polar bear from the Arctic, and black bears. And all three of these bears are actually found right here in Canada. We're pretty lucky to have three different bears in our own country. There's a total of 8 different bears found throughout the world, but these are the 3 that we have here in Canada. So I guess you probably guessed this week's episode is going to be, well, all about bears. But there are 8 different species of bears found around the world. I mean, there's the Asiatic black bear, sometimes known as the moon bear because of the crest on his chest. And there's the little spectacled bear, spectacle meaning an old-fashioned name for glasses, because he's got these lines that kind of go around his eyes. And then there's the sloth bear. He's got long claws and very shaggy fur. And we've got the littlest of all the bears, the sun bear. Sometimes he's known by his nickname, honey bear. And there's one more. The giant panda bear is also one of the bears that we don't find in Canada. But the 3 that we do find in Canada, well, the black bear, the polar bear, and the grizzly bear, or brown bear. Let's learn about bears.
Worksheet lessons.
So here we have our map of Canada and the United States and even a little bit of Mexico. And this first box here, which I'm coloring in yellow, I have to find the same pattern. It's way up here in this little patch, and I'm going to color it the same color. What I'm doing with this map is I'm making this map show me where Alaskan brown bears are. Oh, this is the pattern in yellow for Alaskan brown bears. Here they are up here. I'm going to look at the next bear on my list. This one says polar bears. I'm going to choose a different color like green. And I'm going to find that same pattern. Oh, here it is up in the north. And I'm going to color this area green. Make sure you're coloring only the pattern, not out here where there's no pattern, not down here where there's not the same pattern. Only the pattern. And this is a bit of a tricky one because polar bears live up in the north. And up in the north, it freezes over on the ocean. So they're able to walk or swim, because polar bears are excellent swimmers. They're able to walk or swim to all these little islands where you will also find polar bears. So all these little patches I'm doing up top here, these are actually islands, which in the summer, the polar bear might have to swim to or just stay living on it. In the winter, the polar bear could probably walk across here to these different islands. There's even a patch here on this place called Greenland. So that pattern of little square dots matches that one. Polar bears, this is now where I can see polar bears are found. I'm going to grab a different color. I'm going to go with some blue. This bottom one down here is the same pattern as this one. So now I'm going to color all of this pattern in blue. And this part of the map that I've now covered in blue matches this square here which says grizzly bears. So now I know grizzly bears are found in this blue area. Alaskan brown bears, which are very similar, are found up here in the yellow. Polar bears are found all up here in the green. And I have one more left to do. I'll grab my fourth color, red. I saved this one to last because this one is the largest area. These are our little black bears, which come in black, brown, blonde, reddish, even in white commode colors. And they are found all up and down the coast of British Columbia, even a few on Vancouver Island. All in here. But also down here in the United States, all the way down into California, way down here even into Mexico. How do I know that? I guess I've just learned that through all the videos and books and things I've been watching and reading. Now, this little white area here, try not to color that little white area there because those are lakes. So we know a bear doesn't live in the middle of water. He doesn't live in a lake any more than he lives in the ocean. But all over here, it's this grayish brown on our map. This is all... So look at it. Even black bears living way over here on the other side of Canada, as far away from us as possible. So the largest space that I'm coloring in, even way up here in Alaska, the largest space that I had to color in, and I chose red here. That's for this red, which is our black bear. So now I know where Alaskan brown bears are, grizzly bears are, polar bears are, and then this huge red area is where all the black bears are. So they're the widest spread bear. They're the most popular bear. And this is where we live right here on the island. Right there.
You know, I love being surrounded by great books. Because one of my favorite things to do is to read stories. So let's make some time right now and read a storybook. This is story time.
The Very Hungry Bear by Nick Bland and read by Mr. C, the teacher. Bear was in a grumpy mood. He hadn't eaten any food, and he couldn't catch a single fish to cook. He'd been hungry since the break of day, and every fish had got away. Now suddenly something huge was on his hook. Yank! He cranked the handle round and round. He yanked the line and wound and wound. He flicked it here and waved it over there. A hungry bear is very strong, so it didn't take him very long to discover he'd caught a polar bear? Excuse me, said Bear. Do you have to fish there? You were catching all of the fish. I'm sorry, he said, as he lifted his head. You can have one of mine if you wish. Then he added with a smile, You can have the whole pile if you'll just find me somewhere to stay. My iceberg is shrinking, and soon I'll be sinking, and my home's such a long way away. Now a fish to a bear is like a chocolate eclair. It's incredibly hard to resist. So the thought of a pile that would last for a while was an effort too good to be missed. With a splosh and a splish and an armful of fish, Bear led the way through the trees. My cave's over there, and I'm happy to share. You can stay for as long as you please. But his guest shook his head. I'm so sorry, he said. Well, your cave is particularly nice. It's just a bit hot for this coat that I've got, and the fire is melting my ice. So they went to see Mole, and he dug them a hole, which was cooler, but just a bit small. And they visited Croc on his cool river rock, but he wasn't that helpful at all. Perhaps this is best, said the bear from a nest, but I think that I'm going to sneeze. Then he squinted his eyes and he said with surprise, "Ah!" Choo! I'm allergic to trees. So the bear with white hair followed right behind Bear to the only place left they could go, away from the trees and the warm summer breeze. All the way up to the snow. They built him a home with an icy white dome. And Bear left a house-warming dish. With a smile and a wave, Bear went back to his cave. And he stopped on the way for a fish.
More worksheet lessons.
Right here in this picture, Mother Bear, her little cubs, coming out. It says, bears come out of their dens. Do we know what season bears come out of their den? Do they come out in the spring, in the summer, in the fall, or in the winter? Any guesses? In the spring. S-P-R-I-N-G. Spring's going to be the first one. Let's take a look at the next one. Mother bears teach their cubs to find food and to be safe. Well, a lot of that teaching, that happens in our very next season here. Summer. Big capital S. And again, I can copy the word from up top. Bears eat a lot to get fat. You got it, it's fall. Fall is the next one up here. Big capital F. We talked about that in this morning's spelling. Capital F means it's the name of the season. We've got spring, summer, fall. Guess what? That only leaves one season left. Let's see if it matches. Bears sleep in their dens. So when do the bears go into their dens to sleep?
Hibernate.
Yeah, to hibernate. What season? You got it. Winter. Big capital W. Again, the word's up here. I can copy it. Winter. So now I know what the bears do all year long. Right now, this time of season, it's fall. Bears are eating a lot to get fat because they hibernate in the winter, which means they're not hunting. There's no food for them. Salmon aren't in the rivers anymore. Bugs are, hibernating themselves. There's no bugs. None of the trees have berries on them or apples on them, right? They can't eat much of anything. There's snow on the ground, so they sleep. Then in the spring, they wake up and they come out of their den. And then in the summer, they spend lots of time teaching their cubs how to catch those fish, how to find those apples, how to eat those berries, how to find those ants and grubs that are underneath roots and under rocks, what things they can eat. Now, there's one more job to do, and that is these pictures need some color. Now you might say, but they can be polar bears. They can't, and here's why. There's no trees where polar bears live. There are no trees where polar bears live. So I'm going to make these guys brown bears. And here they are in the winter, fast asleep in their den again. And these cubs look like they've grown. They look like they're bigger. They're so small in this picture. They're a little bigger, quite a bit bigger by the time winter comes around and they've eaten so much food.
Oh, what do you call a bear with no teeth? You call him a gummy bear.
All right, it's time in our episode for this segment that I like to call the Did You Know Fun Facts.
Did you know?
Polar bears have black skin underneath their white fur. That black skin attracts the warmth of the sun and keeps their bodies warmer. The closest relative to a bear is the common dog. Your dog has a cousin. A bear at full speed can run about as fast as a car.
More worksheet lessons.
So it says, which bear am I? Number 1, I live near the North Pole. Sophia, what was that answer again? Polar bear. So we're going to write polar right here, P-O-L-A-R. And you don't have to write the word bear because they already put the word bear there. Polar. All right, here's question number 2. I am good at fishing. I am good at fishing. Which bear do you think it might be, Damaris? Yeah, you got it. Grizzly bear or brown bear, either one will work. Grizzly, G-R-I-Z-Z-L-Y. And you don't have to write bear because they put it. I am good at fishing. Grizzly bear. Number 3, I am the smallest North American bear. Smallest bear in Canada. Again, you only have 4 choices. Grizzly, brown, polar bear, or black. Which bear is the smallest bear? Cohen, what bear is the small? You got it right, black bear. So we're going to write the word or the color, black, B-L-A-C-K. And we don't have to write bear. I am the smallest North American bear, black bear. Question number 4 says, I live in the Rocky Mountains. I live in the Rocky Mountains. Which bear do you think that might be, Mila? Not the polar bear. Good guess, though. Good guess. Not the polar bear. Which one do you think, Hudson? Yeah, brown bear or grizzly bear, either one will work. Absolutely. So brown bear, we could put that in as B-R-O-W-N. Remember, brown bear and grizzly bear, they really are the same bear, just different names for them. Brown bear. Okay, which bear am I? Question number 5 says, I am a good tree climber. And remember, we're only talking about Canadian bears. So the great big huge grizzly or brown bear, the polar bear that lives far up north, or the black bear. Those are our only choices. I am a good tree climber. Which one do you think it might be, Damaris?
Black bear.
Yeah, it's our black bear. He's our smallest bear, which makes it easy for him to climb trees. No. Makes it easy for him to climb trees. Polar bear, where they live, there are no trees. So polar bears aren't climbing trees because there aren't any. And grizzly bears, if they're a cub, they could probably climb a tree, yes. But a full-grown grizzly, he's too big and too heavy. They won't climb up trees. They'll put big scratch claw marks into trees. They won't climb them. The black bear's our only Canadian bear that really climbs trees all the time. So which bear am I? Number 6, I have a hump on my shoulders. I have a hump on my shoulders. You might get it from the little pictures. I don't know. You might.
Which one do you think it might be there, Sydney? Yeah, you got it in one. Grizzly bear or brown bear. Grizzly bear has a hump on his shoulder. Grizzly. Grizzly. Grizzly bear. Okay. Which bear am I? Number 7. Good thing I was talking about that map to begin with. I live in Alaska where I catch salmon. I live in Alaska where I catch salmon. Which one of our 4 bears is it going to be? Let's try Savannah back there. Savannah, what do you think? I live in Alaska and I catch salmon. Ooh, good guess, but no, not our black bear. Our black bear will, I guess, catch salmon sometimes, but he really likes to eat plants and berries and that kind of stuff more. No, this bear needs to get big and fat, does a lot of eating salmon. What do you think, Hunter? Which bear? Yeah, you got it. They actually call this one the Alaskan brown bear. So I would choose to put the word brown over grizzly. Not that it matters, because a brown bear and a grizzly bear are the same bear. But because this bear lives not in Canada, but lives in the United States, in a state up north called Alaska, they call them the Alaskan brown bear. But grizzly's okay. All right. Which bear am I? Number 8. Listen carefully. A lot of kids don't realize this part. They think of the white, but they don't think about the yellow. My fur is yellow-white to help me hide. Which bear might have a yellow-white fur? And the yellow might confuse you, so think more about the white part. What do you think, Miss Tanya?
Is it polar
You
bear?
got it. It's polar bear. Polar. Now, a lot of kids will say to me, yellow, white. Mr. C, I thought polar bears were white. Next time you see a video or a picture of a polar bear cub next to its polar bear mother, watch and look how much whiter the cub is. When they're first born, their fur is very white. As they grow older, their fur starts to look yellow. Here's the truth of it, though, and this is going to sound really weird. When you actually look at their fur, it's almost more clear and see-through than it is colored white or yellow. Okay, their fur is actually hollow, helps to keep the heat in. Polar bear, Polar, is the one that my fur is yellow to white to help me hide. All right, well, it looks like I've got plenty of art supplies and tools on hand, so I guess it's time to do some quick art creations.
Quick Art Creations.
All right, well, that's all the time we have for this week's show. Hope you join me next week. Right now, though, I'm going off on a bear hunt. See if I can find some bears. Uh-oh, there's a trail here. Doesn't look like I can go around it. I can't go over it. I can't go under it. I guess I'll just have to go along it. Uh-oh, a field. Looks like I can't go around it. can't go over it. Can't go under it. I guess I'll just have to go across it. Uh-oh, a deep, dark forest, and it doesn't look like I can go over it. I certainly can't go around it, and I can't go under it. Guess I'm going to have to go through the deep, dark forest. But that's okay. I'm not scared. I'm going on a bear hunt. Uh-oh, a big rickety old bridge. Doesn't look like I can go under it. It's too steep. I can't go around it because there's a fast flowing river. I can't go over it, so I'm gonna have to go across the old rickety bridge. That's okay. I'm not scared though. I'm still going on this bear hunt. Uh-oh, a big, mucky, muddy mud puddle. Can't go around it. Can't go over it. I can't go under it. I guess I'm gonna have to march through it. Ugh. Ugh. Uh-oh, a big creek. I can't go around it. I can't go over it. I can't go under it. So I guess I'm gonna have to wade through it. Uh-oh, a cave. It looks pretty dark, but I'm not scared. I've got my flashlight, and I can't go over it, and I can't go under it. I'm not going to go around it, so I'm going to go in it, because I'm going on a bear hunt.
Whoa, it's really dark in this cave. It's a good thing I've got my flashlight. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, my flashlight just died on me. It's pretty dark in here. But I'm not scared. Okay, maybe I'm a little bit scared. I'll try and make my way over here. Here's something over here. I'm feeling... It feels like a big wet nose and some fluffy round ears. These feel like rather sharp teeth. Oh no! It's a bear!
Hey, why did he run away? Where's he going? Well, I guess that's the end of the show. Just go to the end credits.